Kia ora koutou, ko dia ho, haramai, thanks for joining us. This interview is for Waipa District Library's Get Active program, and today we're looking at what we can do to get our bodies ready for physical activity or exercises that we might not be used to. Now, joining me today is Cara Thomas from Focus Physiotherapy. Kia ora, Cara, thanks for having the time to be able to talk to us today.
Kia ora Dee, and kia ora everybody. Thanks for having me. It's really exciting to be here.
Yeah, so can you tell us a bit about your business, Focused Physiotherapy, what locations you have and the services that you provide?
Excellent. So yeah, kia ora, I'm Cara Thomas, physiotherapist based in the Waipa and also the King Country region. So we have 3 different physical locations, a clinic in Aotearoa, Te Amuru, and recently we've just opened in Cambridge as well. So for most of you, you're used to physio, where you come for when you hurt yourself and you're injured. So that's one of our primary roles, but also we have a really focused approach on health and wellness and keeping people active. So yeah, we do a lot of hands-on stuff, but we also run a lot of programs to help keep people active and involved in their community.
Okay, great. And can we just touch on your sporting background as well?
Yeah, so I'm definitely one of those weekend warriors, and came through my schooling with one of my goals in life to represent New Zealand. I was a swimmer and I thought that was my way in. But through my healthcare journey and my physiotherapy career, I've been lucky enough to work in high performance sport since I graduated, and have recently just returned from being one of the physios with the New Zealand Olympic team in Tokyo. So this is my 5th games for New Zealand, having represented our team at both Olympics and Commonwealth Games. So what is really great is having that experience working with our high performance athletes in New Zealand, but also bringing back that experience and making sure that people like you and me, Dee, can keep fit and healthy and active, and enjoy our lives to the best of our ability. So It doesn't matter, just about high performance. Physical activity is for all of us.
Is it really any different dealing with high performance athletes?
Oh, definitely. High performance athletes are amazing and they have their own little, quirks. We have to remember.
I guess we all do.
We all do. But we have to remember that their job is to perform on a world stage. And so a lot of what we're doing with them is around preventing injuries, and trying to get that extra 1% that's going to help them get a PB or reach their goal of winning a medal. But a lot of those learnings we definitely bring across to our day-to-day work, and our general population, who we see 99% of the time, are what keep us grounded and in the real world.
Yeah, so it's a good segue actually talking about injury prevention, because a lot of us, we think physio and we think, oh, well, we'll go to the physio after we get hurt. But I'm kind of thinking that maybe we should drop in on our physio before we actually start out. What would you say to that?
Oh, I totally agree, Dee. Over this interesting COVID times, we definitely have a massive spike of people ringing us for advice once they're already injured. And I think that's been one of our biggest challenges around COVID. Our bodies are made to move, and life gets busy, and we spend lots of time at our computers or in our offices. And then lockdown happens and we've all of a sudden got this extra time to get out in the garden, get out walking. And what we see is a massive spike, because none of us are that good. We all pretend we're still young and fit and healthy, and we've been exercising our whole lives. And instead of building up our exercises gradually, we do what we call a boom and bust. We go hard and then we pick up the pieces on the other side. So what we really, prefer, obviously we can pick up the pieces, but what we prefer is, people, if they have any questions, we're definitely here to help them make a safe transition to increase their exercise. So we definitely see it in people that might be wanting to do the marathon or a coast-to-coast event, but it's actually no different for someone just wanting to build up to walking a couple of Ks around the block. So it's about giving you a good program, making sure you've got the strength and conditioning to do it safely. And we can put those little stepping stones along the way to help you get there safely.
Yeah, so in a sense, you're kind of coaching us before we start.
Definitely. And just trying to reduce the chance of it going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, no, that sounds fantastic. So look, we've touched on injuries. So back pain, knee pain, the common injuries that we hear about and a lot in the media, and many of us experience that, and many of us put up with it as well without consulting with anyone. So Carol, why do we get it? And what can we do at home? And when do we need to come and see a professional like yourself?
It's fairly normal to have some degree of back pain and knee pain over the course of our lives. And so sometimes it comes on from an injury. And, the law of averages, we all think, oh, I hurt my back, I'll be all right in a week. But what happens is sometimes we don't get back to our pre-baseline. So pain's a really good inhibitor of pain, or switches off all our really good muscles. And so sometimes we might be sore, our muscles don't work as effectively, and then we don't actually do a little bit of rehab in the background to get us back to our normal. We can also get injuries in these areas from historical things. You might have had a massive injury as a child or an accident, and just generally over our lifetime, our general conditioning and strength can decrease. And over time, we can just start to develop those aches and pains. So that's our role, is to try and work out why it might have happened and put a little bit of a program in place to help. But my advice would be try and keep as active as you can, and to find exercise that you really enjoy. So I'm not one of those people that love running, so there's no point me going to try and learn to run. I'm better to stick to the things I love, like swimming and cycling, because then I'm more likely to keep that regular exercise up.
Yeah, so we touched on strength. Strength training is incredibly popular, and we know it's good for us and we should be doing it, and we've seen people doing it over lockdown. Why is it so important?
So strength is super important. I think one of the main things we see in the research is it helps maintain our muscles, helps maintain some conditioning, and also, especially important, is it helps maintain our bone density. So it's going to reduce the chances, if we did have a fall later in life, that we may not have such osteoporotic bones, and it may stop us having a fracture. So again, it's that little and often just using really simple things at home. Oh, where's my drink bottle gone? Really simple things at home that you can use to be doing some strength training in a nice, safe way.
Yeah, and we can also use our body weight as well, can't we? A lot of us think strength training, oh, I have to lift weights, but it could be as simple as a plank or a push-up or sit-ups or something like that, can't it?
Totally. And even something as simple as doing a sit to stand from a chair. So every time, you're talking on the phone or, having a meal, you can be just incorporating these little things into your day-to-day life.
Yeah. Now, look, why is a balance of activities so important for health and wellness and preventing injury?
I think it's just about, keeping, we don't need to be running every day, or we don't need to be doing strength training in the gym every day. A really good wraparound lot of activity keeps us, interested. It keeps some variety in our day. Even things like getting out and about with a friend in a group situation. It also helps things like that social interaction, getting out in the sun, getting some vitamin D, which is that amazing feel-good factor. All of these little things throughout our week help us in this, especially in these COVID times when, it is a lot harder to keep up our spirits and feel happy every day.
Yeah, and look, I see so many people out jogging now and families on bikes, and it's hopefully something that continues post-lockdown as well.
And I definitely think we saw that the last few lockdown journeys we've had, as people have got into some amazing habits and really have really reassessed, their lives and what's important to them. And I truly hope that we all keep on our bikes and all keep out walking and doing all those things that have given us such great quality of life over this COVID time.
Yeah, and as you say, mixing it up as well.
Definitely. That's
yeah.
the key.
So, Cara, can you take us through some of the programs that you deliver in the community?
Yeah, so in our clinics, we do our normal treatments, but we also find there's a bit of a gap between, having that confidence to be able to exercise by yourself, or maybe someone not wanting to go to a gym or a group environment. So we run from one-on-one classes through to small group classes run by our physios and occupational therapists, with a maximum of about 4 to 6 people depending on the class. So we have a variety of classes. So we run in conjunction with the pools in all 3 areas. We run some pool classes. We also have some strength and balance, some Pilates classes, and really excited that we have just launched our Parkinson's and MS programs for a new neurological service that's opening in the new year.
Oh, great.
Yeah, which is really amazing. And the one other class that we just love as well is we have a men's exercise class, because we know a lot of the men that are out there don't want to go to the gym and they want to hang out with the boys. So our men on our team, they run some small group men's classes. They definitely do we all do exercise in these classes, but it's definitely about meeting a variety of people, having someone to go and have a coffee with afterwards. And we've definitely got them banging down our doors to get back into the clinic at the moment. But at the moment, anyone that's interested, we're running a series of our classes at no cost to everybody on Zoom. So anyone's welcome to get in contact with us, and we can give them the links. And those of us that are not so technology savvy, we've got good instructions, and one of our team can get you on. But it's just about keeping us all connected and keeping us active in a different way until we can all get back into the clinic.
Yeah, and look, for those that are listening to us, we will put up the programs that Cara is talking about at the end of our discussion. So we'll have a slide with the details there. So before we go, Cara, and it's been a pleasure to talk to you, what are the best preventative measures or activities or best piece of advice you could give us so we can keep our bodies well maintained?
I think it's about keeping active and trying not to give ourselves too many excuses for not being active. I think we all think life's busy, and it's just trying to make even a few minutes a day to go for a bit longer walk to the letterbox or down to the dairy rather than taking the car. So it's about keeping active, but keeping safe and making sure exercise is a form that you really enjoy. It's way easier to do something you enjoy than making it a slog. So they would be my top tips.
Great. And take a friend with you when you're doing it.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Oh, okay. Well, look, Cara, it's been an absolute pleasure. As we're saying, we'll put the details of Focus Physiotherapy up on some slides at the end of the talk, and the details of the programs that Cara and Focus Physiotherapy have available. Ka kite.